Welcome to 3Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models and switches. What's up with that? Today we are going to look at a Joy-Con that has stick drift. If I hook these up to the switch here, this is my test switch, and I hook these up and I go over here to system settings, and I come down to controllers, and I calibrate control sticks, and I click on this stick here. As you can see, it's drifting. So it stays, and then it immediately drifts. So this stick needs to be replaced. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll turn this off. Take these off of here. Put that there. Put the test switch over there to charge. Okay, and then we are going to take a look at the inside of this and replace the stick. So I'm using a Y-wing screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. So it's got the 4 Y-wing screws here. Put them in slot number 45. Should put the camera on the other side because I am right-handed. So we're going to get these out. Now the two, changing the sticks in these controllers is pretty similar. It's just that they have different layouts of the boards. So a little bit of different stuff in there. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to use this pick here to pop it up. Now this opens like a book. So it opens like a book like so. Because there's some cables right there, as you see the cables. And then I'm just going to leave it like that for a second. And I'm going to come in here with my tweezers. And I'm going to disconnect this battery. I'm going to disconnect the battery. And I'm going to disconnect that, and I am going to pull the battery out here. So the battery should come out pretty easily. Yep. Oh, and my little antenna came out also. So there we go. So now I probably could have left the battery in there because the screws to get this housing off are right here. These are Phillips. So, and I believe there's only 3 types of screws in this, but we're only going to need to be taking out 2 types. And there's one tucked in the corner back there. So I've done quite a few of these. And then this one is even trickier because it needs to fold like that because there's a ribbon cable right down there. So what I'm going to do is pull it like that and then flip it. So now I have that ribbon cable, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to release the ribbon cable and get that trigger out. So I'm going to make sure that's a tricky ribbon to deal with. So now I can leave this connected and just get to my Joy-Con right here. But for safety reasons, I don't want to mess up these ribbons. I am going to go ahead and pull these ribbons out here. There we go. Go ahead and take those out. And then I'm going to disconnect my Joy-Con ribbon here. Like so. You tell it's the original Joy-Con with the blue. The aftermarket ones are a little bit different. This is the same screw as you took out before. And we're going to get those out. And we're going to pop our joystick out. Make sure you leave this little sealing thing down there. Mine tore a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to get my new joystick out here. This is a new one. I'm going to drop it in there like so. I'm going to check, make sure it looks good, and then I'm going to put my 2 screws in. Now, you have to be careful where you get your Joy-Cons, your joysticks from. I get mine from AliExpress. These came from eBay. I bought a 4-pack, and 2 of them were bad, so I'm not even 100% sure this one's going to be good, but we'll find out. Okay, put the ribbon in. Okay, then we're going to come and put that joystick away, and then we're going to come in here, we're going to put our ribbons in here. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So just whatever works best for you, putting the ribbons back in. If you do mangle these ribbons, you can buy all these ribbons that go in these Joy-Cons. They're not too bad in price. They're a couple dollars. On AliExpress, they're really cheap. So, there we go. So, now we have our book done. Now we need to get this one. So, it goes contacts down. So I'm going to pull it out like so with my tweezers. I'm going to flip that up. And I'm going to lose it. This one is the most time consuming by far. I knocked out my trigger, that's okay. And this is a very delicate ribbon here. So I got it in. Close my latch. Let me put my trigger back in here without damaging anything. Okay, and then now I'm going to carefully just wrap this around there like so and let it snuggle down in there. Okay, I'm just let it snuggle down in there just like that. Okay, so that is a little piece of sticky. Okay, now that I got that in there, I'm going to come in here with my screws. There. Now, what I did that I forget to do every single time because I'm used to taking these apart a certain way is I should have connected that antenna module before I put this this piece in. So I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty attaching this antenna module here. So I'm going to have to put this in here like this, grab it with the tweezers. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit trickier because I didn't. If you put this on before you put this top plate on, it makes this way easier, and I should have done that. Okay, I got that on there lined up. I just need to tap it in there. Yep, see, this is not the way to do this, so I should have Okay, so now I got that on there. I'm going to put my battery in. It still has a little bit of sticky on it. And I'm going to route my cable for my antenna. Put my antenna in. Took the wire down there. Stick that. Make sure that antenna is stuck in that spot there. So you can put a little bit of tape on there if you need to. Or a little B7000 or whatever. So get this battery hooked up here. Okay, so the battery's hooked up, everything's in. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fold the unit back up. Get my Y-wing screwdriver. Put my tri-wing screws in there. I always want to call these pentalobe screws for some reason. That is a weird thing. So I don't really work on iPhones or Apple products in general. I'm not sure how much Apple uses pentalobe screws and stuff. Alright, so we're going to check this. We're going to get our other Joy-Con here. Come out. Oops, no way. We're going to come out on that. Make sure it connects. It does. Turn it on. Communication with the controller was interrupted. So click on the stick, and the stick is good. So it pops right back into place. So the drift is now solved. So we'll check the other one. The other one's good. The other one I replaced on a different video. So if you see it now, it's good to go. So that is how you do the drift on a Joy-Con. You can visit me on these social media sites. You can also support me on Patreon, where I place Switch data and information that I find on there. No need to sign up. You can just visit there and download the file. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic